the state of the world and how much the world changed with COVID-19 or coronavirus, it became a time where I was isolated for about 4 or 5 months, living alone and having to really do a lot of introspection and think about legacy. And as much as I've loved portrait photography and fashion photography and street style photography and all of these other formats, what I've gravitated towards again is personal projects that speak to legacy. When we came out of the lockdown, kind of globally, the first people I wanted to see were my family, were my parents. And I wanted to bridge the gap between this fashion photography world that I'm fascinated by and I love, but also this intimate portrait photography and this ongoing project that I've been doing, shooting all of my family, extended and immediate. The hybrid of that was coming together in this fashion family photography mini project, and that's kind of evolved into its own thing. I would take some of my clothes that I'd collected over the years from South African designers, from international designers, and I would dress my parents in those clothes, and it would become this fascinating thing where the clothes that they used to think were bombastic or flamboyant or something that, you know, hip young kids wear, once I dressed and styled my parents in their clothes, they started to understand my sense of style. How it was a form of expression for me and how it was a different way for me to connect to the world. And yeah, they became so fascinated by it that this project evolved into something really fantastic and wonderful where I did fashion, portrait photography, but in a family setting. The project's kind of evolved and grown, and what I'm doing now is finding other families and young people and connecting them and bridging that generational gap through dressing them in their kids' clothes and doing vice versa, and kind of taking a light-hearted approach to showing that there's these generational gaps, but we can bridge those. And I think for me, photography with story and narrative and concept, again, is the vehicle, but it's a way of connecting people. It's a way of building bridges, and it's the reason I started, even walking the streets of Johannesburg and wanting to connect with people and show the world a different perspective on who it is and what we are as young African people expressing ourselves.